The good physician treats the disease. The great physician treats the patient who has the disease. William Osler. This quote embodies what I think it means to be a doctor. During a challenging period in my career, I really started to question my profession. I was burning out and realized that I was forgetting to take care of myself while I was caring for others. That led to the question in my mind: who treats a physician when they're struggling? Hi, I'm Ben. I'm a pediatric cardiologist and physician coach, and I've worked in academic medicine for over 20 years. About 10 years into my career, I hit a wall and thought that I was done with medicine. I was ready to walk away from my career and start over. I wasn't even sure where to start. So I found a coach who helped me realize that I actually like being a doctor. It wasn't that I needed to do different work. I needed to learn how to work differently. What I learned transformed my career and my life. As a result of that experience, I became a certified coach and founded The Developing Doctor. I've watched the same strategies I've used and learned help hundreds of students and physicians create full lives and careers. In this video, I'm going to share my journey and 3 hacks that I've used to take back my day. They helped me find joy in my career and made me a better doctor. These aren't just tips, they're lifelines for physicians and healthcare providers who are drowning in stress. So, are you ready to transform your practice by prioritizing self-care? Keep watching. Picture this. It's 6 a.m. and my alarm's blaring. I am not a morning person and I like to hit snooze. So I'd hit snooze 4 or 5 times and then the chaos would begin. I'm rushed to get dressed, I skip breakfast, and I show up at clinic 5 minutes late, already after my first patient is room. I used to think this frantic start was inevitable, that there wasn't any other way, but after feeling stressed for years and almost burning out, I realized that I needed to change. I started to explore evidence-based techniques for managing stress. I discovered that morning routines matter more than we think, especially for stress management. Our bodies have this natural rhythm of cortisol production, which peaks in the early morning. This hormone is crucial for getting us up and ready, but too much can leave us feeling wired and stressed. Turns out, I was setting myself up for failure before I even left the house. So I made a few changes. I moved my alarm clock across the room so that I would have to physically get out of bed to turn it off. Next, I started incorporating a brief 2-minute de-stress routine in my morning. The results surprised me. I thought I would be more tired because I was waking up earlier, or more rushed, but actually I was more awake and more calm, less stressed and more present throughout the day. Looking into the science of morning routines a bit more, my results aren't that surprising. When we're stressed, our cortisol levels spike, triggering that fight or flight response. This can lead to increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, and an overall feeling of being on edge. Even short mindfulness practices can make a big difference. A recent study found that just 2 minutes of focused breathing can significantly reduce stress levels and improve cognitive function. That's huge for busy professionals who don't have any extra time to incorporate these things into their day. So, why do most doctors fail at morning routines? Simple. We try to do too much. We try to incorporate these elaborate routines that we simply don't have time or the bandwidth to maintain. The key is to start small, really small. That's why I love my 2-minute morning routine. It's simple, doable, and effective. Here's what I do. As soon as I wake up, I take 30 seconds to clear my head and just take a few deep breaths. Next, while waiting for my morning coffee to brew, I just do some quick physical movement to wake my body up and move a little bit. And finally, before leaving the house, I take another 60 seconds for focused, deep breathing or a quick mindfulness exercise. That's it. Nothing more than 2 minutes, and it makes a world of difference. And it's flexible. Some days I might have more time, but on hectic mornings, I can always fall back on these 3 brief activities. And let's be honest, we've all had mornings where things just don't go well. So the key is to have a backup plan. For me, it's just taking that 30 seconds to clear my head every morning, or to do 30 seconds of deep breathing in the car while I'm riding to work. Now, let's talk about the middle of the day. As doctors, we often find ourselves scarfing down a granola bar or a bag of chips between patients at our computer, or skipping lunch altogether. I know that this feels like it saves us time and makes us efficient, but skipping lunch and making bad food choices is actually costing you in ways you don't even realize. And let's not even get started on the overnight call or those 24-hour shifts, or the days when something goes wrong and we stress eat or eat our feelings. The sugar high is great in the moment, until the crash comes. There's a deep connection between our gut and our brain that plays a huge role in stress management. It's like our digestive system is the engine for our emotional well-being, and what we eat is the fuel that keeps everything running smoothly. And let's be honest, the hospital cafeteria isn't exactly known for its stress-busting superfood menu. We're often faced with choices that satisfy immediate cravings, but leave us sluggish and irritable later. It's a vicious cycle. Stress leads to poor food choices, which then amplifies our stress. But what if taking a few minutes to eat mindfully could significantly reduce your stress levels? I know, who has time to eat? But just hear me out. Studies have shown that healthcare professionals who engage in mindful eating feel better throughout the day. You don't need to meditate over a salad or rabbit food for an hour. This is about taking just a moment to step away from the chaos, fuel your body and your mind, and replenish your soul. Here's how to get started. Plan just 15 minutes to step away and grab a bite to eat. If you can find a spot near a window or outside, even better. Take a few deep breaths before eating, and then use the whole 15 minutes to eat and disconnect. Leave your phone by your computer. Next, let's talk about your food choices. Try to include a mix of protein, complex carbohydrates, and vegetables. This combination will keep you full for the entire day and provide consistent fuel without that late afternoon crash that comes with simple carbs. The surprising link between our food choices and mood is clear. It's up to you to make the change. Finally, let's talk about that commute time to and from work. Commutes are the ultimate time sink and a huge driver of job dissatisfaction and frustration. How many times has your day simply started out badly because of the commute into work? You're not alone. The average physician spends 300 hours commuting each year. Studies show that long commutes are associated with higher stress levels and lower job satisfaction, exacerbating emotional exhaustion and depersonalization, which are key components of burnout. Here's the thing, that daily drive doesn't have to be wasted time. With some creativity, it can become a powerful tool for stress management. The key is using techniques while you drive, ride, or walk. So let's talk through a few. First up, the 4-4-4 breathing technique at red lights. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. Sounds ridiculous? But here's the science. This pattern triggers your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol levels in real time, and controlling that fight or flight mode that activates as soon as we walk into work. Next is habit stacking. This one works really well for me. Habit stacking is all about layering new helpful habits onto your existing routines. In my case, I started listening to some guided meditations specifically designed for commuters. I'll admit that I felt really silly when I first started doing this, but I find it really helpful, especially on those mornings when I'm wound up and nothing else seems to help. Give it a try. You don't have to do it every day. And to my telehealth or work from home utilization management docs, you aren't off the hook. A morning routine to start your day is just as important for you. Try a 10-minute walk around the block before and after work. This helps your brain transition to work or home mode between working and relaxing. Research says that this can slash hormone levels by 20%. Plus, you may connect with some neighbors that you've never met before. Finally, if you happen to use public transportation during your commute, you have even more options. Light stretching exercises, reading, meditating, or simply allowing yourself time to daydream can help you relax and transition from work and home. Bottom line, your commute isn't dead time. It's your time. Hack it, own it, and watch your stress melt away. It's a great way to keep work and home separate. So let's recap. As healthcare providers, our days are hectic. We can't overhaul the healthcare system, but we can learn new ways to function in the system. Whether you choose to own your mornings, enjoy your lunch, or turn your commute into me time, this isn't about being perfect or getting it right. It's about making things better. With that, here's my challenge to you. Choose one hack we've discussed and try it. It's about small, consistent steps. Remember, great physicians don't just treat diseases, they care for themselves too. When we prioritize our well-being, we provide better care to our patients. So, which hack are you going to choose? Let me know in the comments, and share other stress-busting strategies that you found helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. This is Dr. Ben from The Developing Doctor. Thanks for watching.